this space. We are simply giving the way forward for what has to happen now. Now, the details will have to be worked out by the transitional authority. That's the way it should be. It has to be carefully thought through and the solutions that will come. One thing I will say must happen. This one, I will bet my everything on. We must create a merit-based society. That's one. We cannot have a society where soldiers never finish even journalists, a criminal, Tibet Farouk, and many other groups are billionaires when people who went to school and got their PhDs, people who have graduated with their degrees, legitimate ones, and millions of them, people who are creative, people who are innovative, people who are resourceful, entrepreneurs, hardworking workers cannot make a living. That is an unjust. That is an equitable society. That's a society that is rotten. That is a failed state, which is what we have now. So we have to be a merit-based society. And by merit, it has to be from top to bottom. The issue of land, as I said, I have members of the investigate all questionable land acquisitions and acquisitions, corruption scandals, allegations of institutions, individuals that have been involved in state capital corruption. And those who have been which means that the majority of the that are held two hands of the boys, the Kenyans, to the Rutos, all these oligarchs that don't even use the land that they are stolen from the government will now on the people. On the people equals the state equals the people. Government equals people. So when we say the people, that's what we mean. When we say government, that's what it should mean. When we say state, that's what it should mean. So which means that land as a factor of production will be a reality. Because people will not keep land for speculative purposes. People will not rob land. People will not grab land. People will not steal land. Titles will be vested on those who have acquired them legitimately, legally. And so it will be a conclusion. Employment is very, very important. You can't have 65% of people unemployed and you are taxing everybody to death, including the unemployed, which is what Ruto is doing. So I don't want to be prescriptive in terms of being micro on everything, but I think we should be at the global level, at the big picture level of the transformative, what Nkrumah called the superstructure. How do we reorganize? How do we transform our political structure so that everything else flowing from it, be it economics, be it social services, be it transportation, be it infrastructure, be it education, be it healthcare, be it whatever, all these things will be done. The doctors who have just trained, the medical doctors who graduated and they have refused to pay, first of all, to complete their internship and to pay as agreed to many years ago through their union, 200 and something thousand. They are paying them 70. They have offered 70,000, and their unions have been bought. These things will have to be addressed. The teachers who graduated from teaching school, teaching training institutions, including universities, and can't be employed. All these things will have to be addressed, because when you have merit, you will only hire people who are qualified, who are going to add value. Not the same way that people like Kuria wake up one day and hire criminals, he himself being a criminal. And he hired the other criminal who was just acquitted because of intervention from State House as a communications director in a ministry, without the job being advertised, without people going through interviews. It's a unilateral decision. It's a one-man rulership, which is not constitutional and not democratic.
Thank you so much, Daktari. Kindly let's have, because we have a lot of people still asking for the requesting for the mic. Let's have Pombekali, Nduta, Elvis, and then Risasi in that order. All of them should ask their questions, each taking 2 minutes, and then Dr. Miguna will come back to answer those questions. So, Pombekali, over to you.
Thank you, the co-host. Thank you, the host, and thank you, Dr. Miguna, for coming for the conversation. And I would like to send my condolences to the departed heroes, and also congratulate our brave patriots who are in the streets and still yearn to be in the street to fight for this nation. First question, I've got 2 quick questions. One, in the initial stages, the first state address, the president was enraged and called the youths criminals. Then later on, another address in the state also with a bunch of 96 people and conmen called themselves reverends, bishops, and pastors. During that, also the president had a statement, and the statement was categorical and said that they will look for those who invaded the parliament, and they will bring them to book. They will have to arrest them, and they will have to give them what they deserve, and the law and the law will take its course in that. What should the Gen Zs understand their position with this statement from the president? Because I believe those who are in the parliament were the demonstrators, were the youth, and were the Gen Zs. What should they understand as that statement coming from the president? And my final question is, now that the president purportedly declared that he did not really rejected the bill, but the bill to be withdrawn. What is the position of this bill now that it was never taken back to the parliament or something like that, and all the MPs are on recess for the next over 21 days? What is the position of this bill between now and 21 days? Thank you.
Thanks.
I think, yes,
Dr. Miguna, would you kindly, because otherwise, would you kindly, I'm proposing that we have like 4 sets of speakers ask the questions, we note those questions, and then you come in to answer them, because we have a lot of people still waiting for the mic. Is that fine?
Yeah, but I just wanted to say people who came late should not make us go back, because I've answered some of these questions.
Yes.
So I don't think it is that we have been speaking and have answered all these questions, then they are asked again. Okay?
That is not it. So that I will recall those questions. Pombekali, I can get that, because I can get you that answer. It has been circulating also, because he has no power to actually do what he did. So the bill is still not yet rejected. So, but guys, let's continue. Thanks for keeping the time, Pombekali, but let's not recycle the questions. Elvis, Nduta, and then was it Risasi? Amanda, I see you.
Thank you, Dr. Miguna, for joining this space today, and thank you for your invaluable assertions in different opinions. So most questions have been asked, and I think I will be repeating, and maybe I'll just go straight to the point and be a little bit different from the questions. So for Kenya, based on what has happened for the last 2 weeks, first of all, condolences to those who lost their lives. It's unfortunate, it's barbaric that we have a government that doesn't care about human lives anymore. I saw a picture was pumped with 10 bullets, and I just wondered how was that child a danger to the police. It's quite a shame. Number 2, we have parliament who've never been to the parliament for the last, I think, I don't know. There's one who has not attended over 90 sessions. Now, constitutionally, Dr. Miguna, how do we record such a member of parliament now that we don't have an IBC, like a functional IBC body? That's the first question. Number two, I'll talk about civic education. I think as a country, we need a lot of civic education.
Transitional Council, and this is actually within the constitution. So we will be taking the country into a reset. So all the other questions that we are asking were how to reconstitute the IBC. So we will have been really in the reset stage. So that is really also not applying. Really summarizing so that we don't ask questions that he already explained. Dr. Miguna, kindly confirm.
I will go over some of these things again for people who can look, because clearly people are asking questions I've already answered. Clearly.
Yes. So now, with that having been said, guys, let's share the space. And so have more people come. We already have a good number, but it sometimes gets a little frustrating if we're repeating those questions. But reset button, that is what I understand of the suggestion from Dr. Miguna. Nduta, you've dropped. Okay. So now Nduta has dropped. So let's go to Risasi.
Thanks, Maj. Thanks, Hilary. I think I'm going to use my 2 minutes wisely. The first few minutes, I'm just going to reiterate what Dr. Arya said. One thing that Dr. Miguna, whatever we are seeing online, that is just some manufactured propaganda by NIS. So let's be careful on that. One thing, again, that Dr. Miguna said is, if we don't remove this system right now, then we will never get justice. I think that is very, very crucial. You see what he has been doing already. The Ruto that we saw giving the speech late at night, that is the real Ruto. So we should finish what we started. Another thing that Dr. Miguna said, and I think I've been saying this on our spaces, that let nobody cheat you that protests will never bear fruits. We didn't stop finance bill by going to court. Dr. Miguna said that, and I think we all agree. By just going people are going to die, properties are going to be lost. Let's not blame ourselves for that. It's going to be the government who has been responsible. There's no point that the government is killing ourselves by not going to protest, saying that if we go to protest, we will be killed. And then one powerful message that he has said here is that we are not here to give solutions, but to outline what needs to be done. Now, the solution, or one thing that he has clearly said, is that we need a merit-based society. And this is one of the problems that we are having as our new generation. We are having a government that is not merit-based. At this time, we should not be having the likes of Sudi, whose only qualification is a baptism card to be one of the close people to power. We should not be having the likes of Farouk, who are intellectually challenged, backing orders at civil servant. We should not be having a government that is hell-bent on propagating propaganda using their